through my account. Lena's playlist music. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Warriorsville. Gotta be. That was the first song that got my attention. Okay, so first off, their records. 1,825 days. Um, Technically speaking, that hey, it's movement. Yeah, they recently fixed it, so try and check it now. It might, I don't know if yours is like still messed up, then you might have to like download some files, refresh the files. They fixed it maybe like close to a month ago. But yeah, anyway, so 1,825 days. Technically speaking, since a year in the court is 365 days and a quarter, 5 years would actually be 1826, but I may be busy tomorrow and I kind of want to just do this now in case something comes up and I end up missing it. But yeah, it's pretty much. Oh, and I had actually a day missed. Gummy, for whatever reason, didn't count one of my days. That was this day right here. So about 600 days ago, actually. For whatever reason, it didn't register my login, and my login streak was lost with that. But I always did login every day, so if they didn't fuck that up, this should have been 1825 with this first one. Oh shit, sorry, I didn't know it was still too loud. I think my audio is just too low. Try and make that a little louder too. Okay, should be better now, hopefully. Oh yeah, we can turn the. There we go. That should be better. Good looks, dude. Thanks. Yeah, you can tell I don't do this often. It's something I wanted to do because it's my technical 5th anniversary for Brave Frontier. And I also made it kind of a goal to myself that I was also going to retire on this day. Kind of like how, oh man, that was a while ago. Back in that long Super Karma dungeon event where everybody was getting to 999, I waited until my 999th day to get to level 999, just because, you know, it was something memorable in this game. So same thing, waited to the 5th year anniversary to do this, because I haven't been playing much as of recent. Like right now, my arena orbs is full. But back in the day, it would never be full. Neither would my raid orbs, which is I'm pretty sure also full because I haven't played all day, except for before I went to work this morning. I burned all my energy on a Karma dungeon. But yeah, that's why I haven't been playing much anyways. But I want to at least stick it out until today. I'll still probably log in the next day or two, maybe even 3 days, in case I gotta recapture any pictures, screenshots, things like that, just for memorable sake. And if somebody does remind me or tells me, or I find out that Brave Frontier is closing down, I'll probably come back for like the last month, just to kind of see where the game went, and maybe see who else is still actually playing and what's going on with everybody and things like that. So right now I'm just leeching. So what I would always do, either that or I would actually run the raids. Like when the Fire RC7 raid came out, I was running it with all the guild members, with Ned and Joe, and we were just, you know, trampling. They were trampling. I was just kind of the side help. And I just tried to do whatever I could to help out, but yeah. Let's see, so what else? Let's pull up some. So I wanted to, where's my, pull up one of the cool pictures. So this is a gift from Kaz. Oh, that was a fail. There we go. So he was teasing me about it for weeks too, with this inside joke in the guild. Everybody teasing me about a Stofel because of Sis always making jokes about it. So he kept teasing that he was gonna send an Astolfo shirt or an Astolfo something. I don't even know if that's how you say his name. I'm just assuming. And instead, I got this shirt, which is really cool. Actually, really like that shirt. Something I wanna keep for, you know, ever. And then this nice note. So Kaz sent it, but everybody pitched in. Nat, Tom. It was, yeah, it was just, it caught me off guard. And, and Sis too. But yeah, it was just something nice. Let's see what else. We had some cool banners that some of our other guild members made. I like this one. This is one of our cool ones. And here's a better quality. That's a good, better picture of the. Oh, never mind. Not really on the stream, but of the top 10 guilds avatars. Let's see what else do we got. Guild comments, so you can't even read those comments. But let's see what else. Oh, here's a funny one. One day when everybody in the guild just decided to start joining a random voice call, but muting their mics, and nobody was saying anything. There was like 20 to 30 of us just sitting in there. It was so weird, but it was pretty funny. Yeah, just random shit like that that we would do in the guild chat. Let's change the song. Where is, oh yeah, this one. I like this one. Obanahara's a little bit too loud. There. That one's I really like this one, so I made it a little bit louder. Hope it's not too loud, but okay, so now that the game loaded back up again. So I was gonna do a full, this was the main reason why I wanted to stream it, so I could just record this part of like just going through my unit list. It's a little outdated. I stopped buying gems since Say's Gate, which was quite a while. You can just pull up her release date. Let's see. Say came out. Huh, where is she? Yeah, where the hell is she? There she is. So, August 23rd, 2017. So, yeah, about almost a year and a half, actually, of not spending any money. Kaz did buy me gems for doing his grand quest for him, which, oh my god, it was horrible. I hate grand quests. They're just so annoying, especially the I think it was the Krantz one. That one was fucking cancer. Oh, so super honor summons. I got what 2 million, I think. Thousand. Yeah, 2 million honor points. Yeah, I'm not gonna blow through all of that. But it's just funny to see how much I could stack, and it was always good because when I did want to level up stuff and I didn't feel like running a full metal parade, I could just summon stacks of these to get some frogs or crystals, and well, mostly you end up getting fucking jewel units, but you know, it's cool. You get some stuff. Oh, actually I have a few tickets. Might as well use those on stream. Spice things up a little bit since probably nobody. Oh, well, I actually got that was not pretty fun. Oh, okay, not Krantz one. Which one was it? It was like complete RNG. You guys gave us some spice of orange. Sorry, dude. It was never anything personal against any guild that we faced. It was purely because we knew we had to just farm points. That was the only reason why we'd run scores up on people, because we had to farm as much points as we could. Oh shoot, I had another ticket. I'm not expecting. I actually got a Saren from one of these gates a few days ago, and that was my first Saren. But I usually don't expect anything good from these gates. Probably get like my 12th Roglizer or something. But you know, it's free and there's a little gotcha thing, so why not? Might as well for the stream. But besides this, yeah, see, I already have like 10 of him. Yeah, no one grants Grand Quest. Yeah, that was it. The idea, the concept, and everything like that was cool, and I understood it, and it challenged the player, but it wasn't fun, and it didn't suit Brave Frontier because everybody plays it to kind of just casually, like, just let it run on auto. You know, you set up your spark orders and then you just hit auto once most of the time. I know with what's his name? I forget that Earth guy's name already. Oh, I got my 8th say, speaking of her earlier. But let's see, I think that's all. I'll probably use my gems up later on the gate. Maybe try to get the little Earth girl. But yeah, anyway, so we'll go back to units. Let's see. So one of my recent summons that I actually got, I kind of saved up, was I got her during a Christmas event. She was really good. Yeah, she's just a really good mitigator. Let's see. What else? I got 2 of her, which was crazy last year. Free gems, free tickets. And she's still good to this day, so I'm happy with her. My Thunder team sucks. I'm out here using 2 Cerises still, just because that's the best I can afford. Oracle 2. I did have 1 Deku. I went a little bit different of a route because I only had 1, so I don't have 2 to perfect spark. So I went with Evasion, which actually was super helpful in Guild Raid. It's almost like a second layer of mitigation. So when you get hit with those hard-hitting attacks, or even like, what is that? The extra skill canceling attacks, like it really helps out. I got her on the resummon gate because of how fucking broken OP Ezra was. And I was so irritated and upset that I didn't get her the first time. When her gate came out, I kind of just dropped the ball on her and tried to get her. What are you streaming? Using the stream OBS? Kaleo OBS. I just set up different things. So I got like the web browser. I set up a slideshow of a couple pictures. I set up two techs, one that's scrolling, the other one's just still, and then I set up the last one on what did I set it up as? I think it's not game. It's game capture. Yeah, this Nox gets recognized as game now, so game capture. And I need to figure out a better spot to put this thing so it's not. There we go. That works. No, that doesn't work. So I can see the chat easier. Yeah, Khalil, because Brave Frontier isn't as straining as Fortnite, I can run, like right now my CPU is at 60. I can easily run it with like YouTube in the background and all sorts of things like that. So it's not nearly as bad as when I try to stream Fortnite. Anyways, so we got my Earth unit. It's pretty much free units. I've had like three Zeruyas since the very I had one Zeruya since her very first original gate. I got super lucky with her. I think it was 6 summons when people were doing like 100 summons and not even getting one, and I got her in 6. So she was one of my only lucky summons. And then I got 2 more on her second coming gate. When Bjorn came out. I don't have a Bjorn, but I have like a bunch of Zeruyas. Idea. These are pretty much my guild raid teams, because that was the only reason. That was the only thing I really built my teams were towards guild raid. Except this one. I know I tweaked this one for some sort of, I think, Frontier Hunter. But generally my teams would be geared. Yeah, see, so I would have him as the mitigator. He was a good unit too, and he's free, so definitely liked him. And my last unit was, I might have ran Ravia for the extra attack. Yeah, Khalil, she's still limited. So yeah, this was pretty much a guild raid team. Not the same setup. I think these two were in the front, but generally, like unit wise, this is pretty much the same. I never had that light unit that everybody used as their nuker. I mean, now there's vanilla. I don't have vanilla either. Q-Tong, yeah, her I never got. And even before her, I never did get any, what was the other unit people were using? I don't remember, but anyways, yeah, so Q-Tong, I never got any of her. I did have a Chloe from the first gate. And she was another good unit. When I seen her, she was pretty much like a light version of Ezra. I knew that I missed Ezra, I wasn't gonna miss her, so I dropped the ball on getting her. He's not in here. I don't have him on my guild raid team. I dropped him because I have what's her face? I don't even remember these units' names already. Wendy. Yeah, I just know what they do, and oh yeah, so I subbed in vanillas because I did end up getting vanillas later, but I never got to use them in guild raid because yeah. So I have 2 of them. I mean, if I do have somebody run my account, they can use it. And then who was the last unit? Might have been Aurelia. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So dark teams. Save was still my primary nuker, which he's still good. I like him. But yeah, you can tell my teams aren't the greatest. I just worked with what I got ever since I stopped spending money. Because I mean, before I would not really whale, but I would go and get every unit in the game. Well, most of the units. I didn't get like the trash units, like that really crappy dark unit that first came out. Iori, Yagami. Yeah, I skipped him. Like I would look at the unit, and if the unit was decent to good or OP, then I would get him. Like Wanahan, I didn't fucking waste my time on him. He was from when he first released, and then now 2 updates later, and he's still trash. I mean, he's okay now, I guess, if you don't have anything better. But other than that, like I went for Ilm. I fucking dropped a fuck ton for Ilm because he would not come to me. Rahotep was good. I got him. I got all these guys. Fang. I summoned for. I didn't get these 2. No, I didn't get all 4 of them actually. I only went because these guys were maxed out at 7 stars. I didn't care about them. Of course, their Omnis came out later, but at the time, I only went for Terry because Terry Bogard was really good at Arena at the time. Long, I got 1 long. I got him like in less than 10 too, which is kind of cool. Kara's is probably one of my favorite units art-wise. He's such a badass looking unit. I think their stuff is still down. The forum thing, yep. Typical Gummy. This has been like this for 2 years now, maybe, since they got hacked, and they never fixed it. So I don't have an artwork. You know what? I'll just Google it. I mean, fuck it. Everybody knows what Kara's looks like. Anyways, yeah. So Kara's, he was one of my favorite units, just in general. He was such a cool unit. I'm stupid. I could have just pulled him up right there. So anyways, that's the dark team. Thunder, I kind of went over that already. Fire, I had to run Blazes. That was the best unit I could get. I got 1 Kayana out of a random, I think it was the Vanilla Gate actually. No, yeah, it was the Vanilla Gate. So I got her out of that. And I just had to run Blazes because I had nothing better. I ran them with Larissa. And then before her, I ran with a Zeus lead, and then I'd use RS. But I was able to upgrade a little bit. So I just went to 3 Blazes, triple attacks. Not that strong. Not as strong as other units, but, you know, with triple attacks. But it was good enough. And then my free/budget light team. So you got free unit. I've summoned a fuck ton of these 2 over time. Just, you know, as noise pools that you never thought about, but they're decent. They serve their purpose. Honoka, I really liked her art, especially this art. This is probably, it's really cute art. And I just liked her as a unit. Not the greatest abilities, but when I saw this artwork, I was like, damn, I gotta have that unit. So I went for her. I got her in like 8 pulls too. Also pretty dope. And then when this art came out, I was like, I don't give a fuck if it costs the arena tokens. I'm buying that art. So I bought it, and I've been using it ever since. I'll probably leave it as one of my 3 leads when I retire, along with Maxwell, because Maxwell is probably the favorite unit of mine, and probably Loesch, because none of them are usable. Nobody's gonna use them, but just that's my homage, my 3 units that I want to leave up for everybody to see before they delete me, because you know everybody's gonna start deleting me once they see me not playing, which I understand. I did the same thing to everybody else, so it's cool. So yeah, Maxwell, probably gonna give her 2 frogs to make this 130. She was, when I got her as a 6-star, and it was really cool. And I was amongst the first to actually beat her trial, because her trial was super hard. Pre-Tridon, by the way. Once Tridon came out, he was able to cheese the trial pretty easily. So I'll just go down the list. Actually, we'll fire units. We'll make the favorite. I don't care about the extra shit. So yeah, I saved units like this just for funsies. Even trophy units like this, like nobody gives a shit about a 4-star Grand Thief Leon, but you know, just because I've been playing the game for a long time, and I was like, fuck it, why not? I have so much imps, and I even threw a L gift on them just for the hell of it. Crappy old gift, but it's fine. So a bunch of other 6 stars. Bunch of other units that I never used, but you know, I actually have all of the Elim units. Prior to about 2 months ago, I didn't have the Fire Phoenix girl. I'm coming up to her pretty soon. Where is she? This girl, this unit. So I didn't have this one. And that was the last Elim unit that I was missing. So I finally got her. Well, it. In the story, it's a her, but you know, the unit-wise, it's a it. Or Phoenix, but so all these other random units. Yeah, her art is fantastic. Felnius, I saved like 3 of them. He was a really good unit, really good lead back in the day. Old school Spark Frontier where you'd run 4 Douglases, which I still have as well. So you run 4 Douglases and him as the lead, and you just watch your screen, just constantly spam Spark, 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 Spark. Maybe I'll put them up and do like a Karma dungeon just for the hell of it. In fact, I think I'll do that after I finish going through the units. So I fucking had like another 10 Milords that I just traded in for merit. I got so many Milords. Says, like I mentioned earlier, I have like 6 of them, or 8 of them, or whatever. Tridon, he was cool. Ilms, that first Ilm that I wanted, I think it was this one right there, was such a pain in the ass to get. And then, of course, after you get them, you get like 20 more, so you know, I have a bunch of them because I traded some from merit as well. Oh, there's that Saren that I didn't level up yet. Almost leveled her up. I just ran out of crystals and was kind of about it. Earth units. Tree. Tree was my 3rd summon unit. My first healer, and he carried me through a lot of trials in the early days when you needed a healer and an ailment cure. Yeah, people were using that fire girl. What was her name? I don't remember her name. I gotta go look for her. I know the units by look and art, but I don't know them by names. Okina, there we go. I just remembered it. Yeah, so Okina. Everybody was using Okinas. I was still using Tree, but I made it work. He was a good healer. The Douglases I mentioned. I didn't sphere all of them. I also used Saren with him too, so that's why I only had those 3 at SBB 10. Twins was one of my first main leaders. I liked her no status elements, so I would run her a lot as leader. Let's see what else. Zelnite. Coney Skips. One of the original members, Justin, that helped form the guild, or eventual becoming of the guild. This was his favorite unit, so I guess there's a little homage to him, because he doesn't play anymore. Let's see what else we got. Just a bunch of random trash units that I usually save 3 of each of these old units, in case an Omniform ever comes out, which I know it's not, but I just did because I had the space, 2,500 space, but you know, there's nothing else to put there. It's just more random units. Dizzy was a good leader that I used a lot in more recent times. He's a good unit. He's a good free unit. For people that are watching, they're still watching. I would actually use this guy over a lot of the other Earth mitigators that are offered even to this day. And he was a free unit. I think Oh wait, it's too high. Yeah, I don't know if Meal's a mitigator. I didn't even look at her info, but he was probably one of the better ones. So anyways, go to Thunder. Thunder. Right in the beginning. I know he's in the beginning because he was one of the oldest. There he is. So Loesch. I kept several. So the 3 that I leveled up, I raised the Anima because at the time everybody was all Anima. I'm gonna skip the Lord for a second. I raised the Breaker because his attack was that single hit. Well, it was back in the day at like 6-star, 7-star. It was a single hit, really strong attack. So you wanted a Breaker to do extra damage. The Lord I raised because this was my first unit that I summoned in the game. During the tutorial summon, I thought it was such a badass unit, and my friends that played at the time when I was going to college, and they were playing, and we were all hanging out in the lounge, and they're playing the game, and I didn't know they were playing the game, and I saw them playing, and I'd look over and say, "Yeah, I'm actually playing that game too." And so they're, "What units you got?" And I showed them this guy, and they're like, "Oh damn, that guy is really good." And so ever since then, I really liked him, and I will Omni +3 him after, because I was saving that for this occasion. Where Marilyn say hi. Yeah, that's a horrible first pull. He was a cool looking unit though, and actually, if I recall correctly, he had some higher numbers than a lot of other units at his time. I mean, of course, now he's like trash beyond trash, but his 6-star unit, if I'm not mistaken, these were kind of high values for Super Brave Burst at his time. So anyways, I'm just gonna ignore you, Khalil. Paris was a really good unit. Her leader skill was amazing when she came out, and just like her utility, she was a really good utility unit. I really liked her. I ran Ronell as my other main leader back during 6-star era. Wasn't this one, I think it was this Lord one, but during 6-star era she had that 10 HP, which helped a lot, and then the no elements, so I replaced the twins for her as my leader. Rojan, he was badass because he had this big ass sniper and one shot and filled his own BB gauge. He was a cool unit. Orna, one of my close friends, bro, who she quit playing. This was her favorite unit, and she just had really good utility as well. And yeah, I like her. She's a good unit. Let's see what else is there. Oh, Grandpa Fighter. Yep, Rogan Cheese. Yeah, dude. Even before Rogan Cheese. Oh, that was the original one with the 330% defense cape with stealth or something. And wow, those are all horrible summons. Vampire was trash. I think Wyvern at least got a 7-star, which was kind of mediocre, I think. Luli was, I think Luli became a nuker. Oh no, her UBB was like a nuker type UBB. But other than that, she wasn't. Melkio actually was good. I think he had a good utility as well. Multi-purpose. Let's see. Yeah, for the people watching, I'm not gonna be doing like in-depth unit analyzing or anything like that. Like, I haven't been really paying attention much to the game as of late, just because I've been doing other things. Zetus, I wanted to make sure to get him before I retired because he was one of my favorite units, as both as art and as a leader, because His leader skill is really good. Critical damage, spark damage, and critical hit rate. So I was running him during Omni era. I'd have like Omni units and him as the leader just because he was so good at his time. Of course, all these units get outclassed eventually. I actually got a second long for, I think, unit of choice. Just because I didn't know what else to get. Any of the cool artwork. It's a nice artwork. Wearing Feng's clothes. I don't know why, but you know, it's cool. And I use a 5-star. Wow. I wouldn't even take Mifune to Maxwell Trial because fuck, he was such a glass cannon. I liked Atro. Atro was probably my favorite starter unit because he had really good utility. Well, along with Selena, those are probably the two best starter units. Tri-stat, BC, efficacy, OD gauge fill rate was all really useful at the time of when Omnis first came out. There's Wyvern and there's Hyde. I had 3 of them. I actually had more, but I traded for Merit. Melchio, Yonia. He was a pain in the fucking ass when he first came out. It was the drop rates were horrible to farm, and I think my units just weren't strong enough, so I struggled just to beat him. And then when I actually beat him and then he doesn't drop, it was like, fuck, man. Yeah, you don't give up a unit like that. One of your old units, you just kind of, even though you don't use him anymore, you can't like merit him. You just leave him there until the end of time. That's what I did with a lot of these units. Like Narza, I liked him as a mitigator. He was really good. So another unit that I never got rid of. Or like Radar Maxwell, of course. One of my favorite units as a character. Well, more like in the game. As a unit, artwork. Like you have the artwork on the side of the screen right now, on the bottom. Demo is a cool unit. Waifu units. Okay, let me finish light and I'll go over the list. Let's see. What else? Krantz, a bunch of Krantz. Everybody had Krantz, I think. Actually, one of the waifu units would probably be Maxwell. Just really like, especially this artwork, the Omni one. She looked really nice in this one. I like this artwork. I think Lim did a really good job with that art, as opposed to the 6-star, or like her original boss form in Saint Lamnia's, like a little twig with arms. But besides her, definitely Honoka. Honoka and Hisa, well, Honoka, not Hisa, but was probably one of my other favorite waifu units. Both artworks is just great. But I use this one just to show everybody that I bought it. So it would definitely be those two. There's probably more and I just can't think of them. Yeah, I mean, I can't. If I think of them, I'll bring them up. Lauda was great. I used him farming. Yeah, Lauda was good. I liked Lauda. He was actually really strong too. Double attack. I also have like 15 Mifunes for some reason. I don't know. When I'd farm random quests for dailies, I'd end up catching Mifunes. I end up saving them. Can't trade up. You could trade up for merit, but you get like such a trash value. I just save them and then use them as Omni plus mats. Let's see. Alice. Alice is a good unit. Jimmy's sister, the sister of Jimmy's favorite unit. Better word to wait it. Zebra. So this guy, I took 36 tries to catch him. I remember these two numbers because my cousin, who used to play, caught him in 6 tries, and I fucking was so pissed at him about that. but I actually got him in 36 tries and as a breaker, so it paid off in the end. And then dual XG, I used those two together. They complemented each other well. His Zebra's leader skill, dual XG's crit buff, and then you just watch things melt. That's Cypher 2 back when it mattered. 200, yeah, see, it took people like that, like 200 runs. You were one of the unfortunate guys that had to struggle with catching him. It was like that for her, actually, Mare. I think I took 330 something tries. I don't remember the number, but it was over 300. But she wasn't as useful anyway, so I wasn't as worried. And then the other guy, that was a 7-star. And I'm coming up to him soon. Him, Murpha. Also didn't really care for him, but he was a cool unit. He looked cool, and just as a collector, I wanted to eventually get him. Took him like 200 tries as well. So I know your pain. I just got lucky with Zebra. No love for Zerg. Yeah. Wait, which one was Zerg? I don't remember already. I can't even. I gotta search up these unit names. I can't even remember. Oh yeah, this guy. Okay, I remember him. Shit, where is he? Oh, this. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Him. I remember I farmed. I forgot about this guy. I did farm him in the beginning when he first came out because of that reason. Yeah, really good arena lead at the time, so I did farm him. It took. I wrote it down just for the hell of it somewhere, but I think it took like 80 tries, 80, 90, less than 100, something like that. It was a high double digits number. Not a lot of people that still play, I think, have this unit, because rest in peace, Ching, whatever that game she's from, but she was cool. I think it was Ching Chronicles. I like, that was a cool artwork unit. Let's see, what else? This 4-star unit from Sark, because this was a really cool unit too. I like her little demon thing. Groddens, when his Omni came out, I really liked the Omni art. He was badass. Him and what is it, Owen, they're both super badass. And that's pretty much the end of these units already. I think carries, I have a bunch of carries. Yeah, so that's pretty much all those units. I don't think I have any sale units. Saying I have a bunch of random L gifts that I just haven't even bothered to use. If you miss her, you can always take a dive in Alchemist Coder and vacation. Oh, and it's funny because, no, not Chain Chronicles. What is the other game that closed down that's like Alchemist Code? That kind of has that Final Fantasy Tactics and excuse me, and oh man, I can't even think right now. Oh yeah, that's why I couldn't see the units. Evolution. I just had a crap ton of mechas and miracles because I didn't know what else to do with my excess energy. Oh yeah, here's my unfavorited LGFs. These guys to evolve metal mimics because there you go. Thank you. I used all these to make more metal mimics because I was burning through metal mimics to just evolve excess omnis. But that's pretty much it for units. We can go spheres. Spheres, I pretty much have all the spheres since I guess the beginning of the game. Yeah, see, I didn't even bother to favorite that some spheres. Yeah, I mean, I've had a ton of them. Random spheres to farm. Like I made 5 excrusions. Then I made one of each of the other spheres in that sphere set. So I made one. I'm not gonna say these words. Neheads will and carrots, whatever. Like it, all those spheres in that series. I just made one of each just to have one, along with 1 to 2 of these ones, depending if I got the extra spheres and the mats, the essence orbs, which got me confirmed they're updating. So if you have those spheres and you're still playing in however many months it takes them to update, you know, those spheres would be useful. The wings for arena, the lower tier versions of them, all these spheres. The dark one, some stuff came up, so I wasn't able to get the top 1,000, 1,500, so I ended up getting the lower sphere, which sucks, but you know, whatever. All the guild raid spheres, because we were always top 10, always like top 5 actually, but you know, top 10 was always getting these spheres, so I have all those spheres. Snowbound, Jubilee. There's another one up there somewhere that I can't remember to find, but whatever's. And then yeah, all these collab spheres and these spheres. And then more of the older Alim units. I made 5 Skull Generals because I looped Arena so many times. Variable Arsenal. I had 15 Bayorgs, but I traded some in because I was never using Bayorgs anymore. And then of course they released RC7 and updated, and it's a good sphere again, but I'm not really playing anyways, so it doesn't matter too much. Armor Seal, I also had 15, but I traded most of mine in. I like Scarlet Evertide as a sphere. I know it wasn't the best Spark sphere, but I really liked what it offered and the fact that you could loop Arena and craft more, so I have 5 of those. Like, I mean, you know, like these other Spark spheres are better, but Dark Axe too. Dark Axe got outclassed pretty quickly, but it was another sphere you could craft multiple of if you farmed Arena and you looped it enough. Let's see what else we got here. All these random like Arena and Coliseum spheres. Ethereal Wall, another, at the time, was a really good sphere, so I tried to get. I remember an old friend, Ivani, who also quit. When I had one of these, he had like 3, and he was teasing me about it because this sphere was such a troll sphere in Coliseum back at like 7-star, late 7-star, early Omni era. It was really good for Coliseum. Daybreak Moon. I ended up making 5 of all of them. Demon Tech. I made 4. I think the 5th one I can make, but I didn't because of the RC7 series. Daybreak, Soul Armor, etc., etc. Milord's Core for the RC7 sphere, but that's not too worried. I had a couple MVP spheres. That was one thing I didn't really bother with, because I didn't want to drop 80 gems just to get an MVP, and I usually didn't have dupe units to Perfect Spark to get the best scores, so I always let the other guys do that, like Net, Joe, and Tom, and all those guys do their thing, and I would just place top 1500 to get the regular rewards, which I was content with. Coliseum spheres. I mean, everybody watching, you guys all probably have these spheres already. Just the fact that I farmed Arena, so I have like 5 Sacred Daggers, 4 Sacred Staffs, 4 Sky Orbs. I'll show my Arena in a bit. I'm like 1 mil away from my 5th Sky Orb, but yeah, I won't be getting it, sadly. I was kind of hoping I would too before I retired. Let's see, so besides spheres, what else? Dude, before this game quit or closes, or before you quit, you gotta at least get 1 Sky Orb, just for the sake of having it. Woodsman, just 1. I know it's trash sphere nowadays, but nice Onion. Yeah, see, when you loop arena, it's not even about the spheres. All the spheres are outdated shit. It's about the free gems. that's that's really what I was doing arena for. Is like it takes, you push 2 buttons, you let the thing run on its own, and then you eventually get some free gems, which is real nice. I had a shit ton of random materials. I know everybody knows that I leech a fuck ton of raid, but I actually used to run legit raids. So I did farm legit 2 stacks of ghost jewels. I forget what his name was, Mitzug or something. I forget what boss, but yeah, one of the RC6 bosses or RC5 bosses, and farmed 2 stacks of those. So I have a shit ton of them. Shock mains, I have almost 300 shock mains from that white bear guy. Yeah, onion, I haven't either. I'll use it as like a trophy or something. So yeah, that's all that stuff. Let's see what else we got. Boosters. So I haven't, because I've been level 999 for so long, I wasn't even buying these tokens. These are tokens that I got from like Omni Arcanum, daily logins, or like those login events, video slots when I used to do video slots. I would buy these though, the coffers and the boxes, because I always either run raids or leech raids, so I'd always use these. And then those Sark things I never used, because that's all free from when Gummy was giving it away. Shards, everybody knows about shards. And tomes, I haven't used tomes recently. I'll probably use it for like Maxwell and Loesch and some other units. Materials, I already did that. Spheres, I already did that. Okay, that's that. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, I could do records. I did almost all the records. Oh, wow, I actually have a Battlefield one. What is this? Huh. I collected this many hero crystals, heart crystals, and it only took 5 years. Fuck. And there's still this one. So that's gonna take a while. But I mean, yeah, I did most of them. That one's all completed. This one's all completed. See, there's only the ridiculous ones like this, like craft 30,000 fucking spheres. Like, I don't know if they fixed it, but before, I know some people like to do it. They farm that level 4, I think, Friday dungeon, and then you just craft like 8,000 famous blades and trade that all in for merit, which you should use Nox for also. I don't know if this will show up on the stream, but I actually programmed a macro to auto craft the spheres for me, and then I also programmed one to auto sell. So when it auto sells, it would click. You know, I don't know if this is showing up on the screen. Yeah, it's not showing up on the screen, but I have a macro on the side that would do all the clicking for me, because going through those numbers were absurdly high. Yeah, the last challenges, and then look at your reward. You get 7,000 merit. You can't even buy a legend stone with that. So it's kind of dumb, but some people actually did all of them. Battlefield, same thing, the heart crystal one. Arena is another ridiculous one. I don't know if anyone's gonna get 300,000 battles in the arena. Like, not even the top arena guys. I don't think they have that much. One of these, flawless one. This one's an L gift. I know some people got this one. I'm actually kind of close too. I didn't realize that. I mean, this L gift is outclassed as shit as well, but it was more of a trophy thing, because that's actually something tough to get to. That, well, I mean, you could just gem for days, but it took a lot of effort doing that gemming. You know, so a lot of the pingus that got it take pride in that sphere L gift. These ones, I don't even know what's going on with these and why mines aren't completing. I think mines are bugged out. Nothing more cut out for me. I need heavy. Oof. Yeah. Um, those are two of the harder spheres too out of the 6. Or they take a little bit more effort. Records, that's quest is done. Grand quest, I think I did everything, yeah. Summoning arts. I just didn't do the leader skill spheres. I wasn't gonna go craft more leader skill spheres. I was gonna eventually do it, but I just kind of got sidetracked and never did them. Mini games, I did the mini games. I actually was pretty decent at them too. It was released. It was a breath of fresh air, and that's why I tried out Brave Frontier 2 for a little while, but I kind of was just because it was in Japanese. I just couldn't do it. I think I did all of these ones too. Yeah, specials. Yeah, so that's my records. I don't think I have to go through all these things. Trade, I'd usually stack units to trade like this. Oh, you'll see it a bit. And then I just trade them in when I get points, because I was usually at the cap, or I didn't really need to buy anything. I would buy legend stones as needed, or I'd buy them in small bulk, so I'd buy like 10 and then buy another 10 when I need more, and then just, yeah, all these things, spheres, and this all, you guys don't need to see that, it doesn't matter. Trade, records, challenges, that's pretty much it. Slot, mini games. Oh yeah, I'll do records. So I did this earlier when I first started the stream, but I'll kind of go through this a little again. Should probably mention I'm Cameron in the Discord, so after this here, so everything to next GM and such. Well, yeah, I guess I'll talk about that too. It's been kind of in the works for a while. I'll still be around. I'll still offer my input and suggestions and whatnot to the leadership and help them out if needed. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. Tough decision, but I knew that I had to make that decision for a lot of reasons. But I mean, I'm sure things will be fine. I've contemplated on this choice for a good while. I've wanted to quit Brave Frontier for years. The only thing that kept me around was the guild and the friends that I made in the guild and the environment we created. And that was the reason why I stuck it out as long as I did, just because I enjoyed it and enjoyed being in that community that we formed with everybody. Going from our old days, our original days online, where we were anti-Brave Frontier forums. I'll pull up the forums on the side. So this is where it all started, where I first met my friends like Rel and Justin and Beyond Z and DK and I am the and all these like really great people that we ended up forming our guild with. I would show some of the inbox chats, but I don't know if that's not like respecting their privacy, because it was in a private chat and all that. But you know what we can do? We'll go members. Yeah, Cecil's most liked and stuff. So like Ellie, she was the mod. We formed the group. It's pretty understand what it was nice. Well, thank you though, Cam. I appreciate it. I'm still gonna be around though, don't worry. Just not playing the game. But Ellie, Sustainer, they were both mods. Ellie is super cool. I'm actually really good friends with her now. She's making some badass mods. If you play Total War, Warhammer 2, go check out her mods. They're freaking amazing. I was playing with one of them, and she's working on the second one right now. Whole new factions, but that's a whole different game, so I'm not going to get into that too much. But yeah, if you play that game, go check out her mods. She banned one of our friends. I can't even pull up his name because his name just doesn't exist anymore, because the account is banned. She banned one of our friends because he was being toxic, and we all didn't like that. And so what we did was we formed our little group of rebels, and we started trashing the forums, trying to steal people's loyalty, forming our own chat group online. I didn't know how to use Line at the time, but I kind of learned with everybody. So some of the people was like Z, let's see, Rel, Cobalt was the name of the guy that got banned. He was there, but you, like I said, you can't see his name here. Justin, you also can't see his name here because he also got banned later. Was also in the group. Verge, he's one of the other OGs in the group. DK, and yeah, there's a handful of us, and we kind of just blew up from there. So we started from that small group. We went to, you know, I'll just go to the inbox. Should be okay. Go to the older box. Oh yeah, that's one. That's a good one. A warning to you and your posse, part 2. Yeah, see, so things got a little wild. I'm not gonna sit here and read it all or make you guys read it all, but yeah, things got pretty wild and heated between the mods and our little rebel group, and that's kind of what happened. And we kind of disbanded from this. Eventually went to Reddit, and then the forum slowly kind of just died out, and now it's like, see the last post, March 11th. So people still post, but just not nearly as often. Everybody uses Reddit nowadays. And then eventually from that line group, we evolved into a raiding group, because RC5's later raids were starting to come out, and I knew RC6 was coming from Japan. So I came up with the idea that we should make a separate chat group open to other people besides our little closed off group, so that we could form raid groups. And we actually did. I think Riv aimed for the flawless victories. I almost got it on my ult, but oh yeah, Riv, I miss Riv too. He was a really great guy. I know he's still around sometimes, but I barely talk to him. But yeah, so the group, we formed the raid group. We started raiding a lot, coordinating raids. Like that's where Tom joined, and we started doing like RC6 raids. And I remember like beating Shusui's raid and like Bayorg's raid in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It was ridiculously easy and fast, and we're just all strong and efficient players. And we just kind of, yeah, we're just kind of killing it in that group. And then they announced guilds, in-game guilds. Riv Stream are where I really got into the community. Yeah, I forgot Riv streams too. He might pop by and say hi. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'd be cool if he does. I know he did pop by at another stream before, so it could happen. But anyway, so once they announced guilds, I looked at the group that we had, which was about 85 people or so, and I knew that the cap was 50, so we had to trim down to 50. So I sent out messages to every single person in the guild or in that chat, which was fucking tedious and horrible, and it took hours just to do that. It was so brutal. Getting a check with every single person to see who was still active in that chat, and we kicked all the inactives, and we kept the top 50 people that we could in that chat, and we went from there. And we found out only 10 people could go in the beginning of the guilds, so we did rotations, and that got notoriously infamous, and people were hating it, especially Shiro from, I don't know if he'll show up here. Well, there's I am though. Well, he was a member here. He had the little jewel ghost from Zone Knight as his avatar, I think. Shiro was from another forum, I can't remember the name. App Invasion. He was from App Invasion, and he hated our guild, and he hated me especially. Oh man, he fucking despised my ass. And yeah, so he did whatever he could to be against our guild. So he tried to report us to Gummy. He tried to publicly shame us and all that sorts of things. Nothing ever happened, and rotations continued until we got 50 slots and we're able to run a full guild at that time. We're amongst the first. You know, I should run some things in the background since I'm just talking for the most part. We'd run like a full. We're amongst the first guilds to run with a 50 group. Like there was like Skylords and Get Wrecked and Get Good. You know, a lot of the world. I think Sky Edge maybe. I don't remember. I don't have any low tier units, so just random. For old time's sake, I'm gonna put 6-star. Gonna put Felnius, and then we're gonna put Douglas. Bunch of Douglases. Maybe I'll even do like a trial rerun or something. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I was just recording all of this to make a video, and I was gonna trim off a lot of this excess stuff. But since a lot of you guys came by to watch and hang out, I appreciate it. Might as well talk story with you guys a little bit. So I'll put this like just run 3 runs. Change it up after. So yeah, after that raid group, we formed a guild. We had 50. I didn't realize that we were gonna end up being one of the top tier guilds in this game. I wanted us to be, and I wanted to be super competitive. And yeah, and it just turns out that we ended up being one of the best guilds in the game. And yeah, I don't know, it was just a great feeling to see everybody working so hard towards a common goal. And yeah, I don't know, it was a great feeling. We had a lot of, well, mostly because of me. I was a little bit more of a wild mouth and kind of toxic. I'm actually going to do this on the side so that you guys don't see all my other stuff, and I'll pull it up once I find it. I kind of made I was a little bit more toxic and bad about being the leader of one of the top guilds, and I humbled myself now, but at the time, I don't really like this Brave Frontier theme as much. Yeah, I was horrible. Let me find a better. Okay, yeah, I think this is the Awesome Master theme. This is a good one. So I made like a post. Like, where is it? Well, I don't know why this one got hated on. I guess just because I was already being known as an asshole. So like, I made a post about us reaching level cap. People hated on that. Where's the first? Sorry, I'm just kind of trying to find it. When guilds first came out. Fuck, where is it? Yeah, fuck, I don't know. Anyways, so I made a post that got disliked by a lot of people. It was like kind of low-key bragging about how we were a non-Pingu guild with competing with all the Pingu guilds because we were rotating and we had a lot of free-to-play players. Like for myself, for example, I wasn't spending. I didn't spend anything until 7-star era. And then I started buying gems and bundles and things like that. But we had a lot of free-to-play players, like Beyond Z. I think to this point he's still free-to-play. There's not a lot of people like that nowadays, but yeah, we had some free-to-play players, and it was cool that we're able to still be a top guild because of it. And thinking about that now, yeah, well, I haven't spent since Say's Gate. It's like a year and a half, so it's been a while. Those days are fun. I reran Karma Master and Mildred for my. I think I seen that post. I remember seeing that post actually, Woodman, or I remember talking about it or some. I don't remember where it was, but I remember you mentioning that. It might have been like in a chat or something. I can't remember, but yeah, I remember seeing that. Let's see what else. What else? I can pull up some. Put Discord up here. Where's my Brave Frontier tab? Accomplishments. So I had a lot of them are older screenshots too. Just random screenshots that I took. Let's see. How far does this go anyways? The very, no. Oh yeah, so Jubilee rewards, that showed, when that came out, it kind of showed how long I've been playing, which is cool. And holy shit, this actually goes far. Oh, there you go. Okay, so we'll scroll through. I want to see some of my older ones. Alright, so this is an old one. Back when I actually played on Windows 10. Oh no, that's not the... Okay, well I have one where I actually got Durham, because we were the top 3 guild season 1. So we were one of the 3 guilds to get her. So I took a screenshot of that. I don't know where it is now. Yeah, I just have random pictures. I bought 99 legend stones for whatever reason. I used to have a lot more Omni frogs for some random reason, and I just kind of kept a ton of them. Wait, what? Remember when some guilds didn't get her from the chat? Yeah, that was the kind of messed up thing, that you had a chance to get her. And I forget what guild it was, but there was a guild that was in 3rd place, and they cheated, or in the last second or last like hour or so, they lost 3rd place and ended up 4th, and Tofu Calf became 3rd. And so some of their members lost out on that unit on Durham because of that. Let's see, what else is there? What is this? Nothing important. Once I was so bored of the game, I just decided to solo Mildred, Fiona, and dude, I don't even have either of them. Fuck. I think I might have a CR drone now. To this day. Let's see. Apparently I have different screenshots of when I got Sky Orb. So I guess this was my 2nd Sky Orb, and this is my 3rd Sky Orb, and then my first one I think is on Reddit. I have one Fiona, and yet I was thinking about getting one of them for the unit of choice that was coming up, but then I made this decision, so that's not gonna. I might log in just to do that, to get it, but not play. Okay, so here's one. At the time, it was pretty impressive, but I soloed Shisui, farming his body parts too, not just going for the body, in 4.5 minutes, which is pretty cool. Oh, so here's one. Everybody knows Shally from the BNC. Well, she added me, which was cool, and then she even responded to me on Twitter. I barely ever use Twitter, but it was just kind of neat that she even gave me a shout out too on one of those BNCs when I got to 999, which is also really awesome. But yeah, she she yeah, she gave me a shout out. So it was really neat. And then I still have her as a friend to this day. I don't think she's still 999 yet though. Um, Actually, I've had Shally respond on Twitter when asking. Yeah, she actually does respond. Especially, I noticed that she really likes Brave Exvius, and I think she plays that a lot more often. Is that? Yeah, I had this trolling one against Tom. Um, Rest in peace, Challenge Arena. Back when I was first place for a brief second, because Challenge Arena was tough, man. It wasn't even Pengus. It was just dedicated players that just put in work. Like DK and Darius were two guild members of our guild that was always just not was it Darius? Well, Darius was one of them too, but it was DK and Batman were the main two guys that were always top 10, top 5 every single day. They just put in work. Oh yeah, see right there, Batman. Yeah, so just kind of cool older screenshots that I had. Let's see what else we got here. I have a lot of random Coliseum screenshots, but I'm not really showing them too much because here's my friend Ivani. Because all it was just me getting perfect wins on them, so it's nothing really amazing to show. But a lot of them were against like friends too, so like Avani, Mark, and like Tom and stuff. Just like I could just send them a screenshot. Hey, by the way, I beat you, just for fun, just to tease a little bit and stuff. What else we got? Another Skyorb picture. What is this? This was my first Skyorb. Yep. So Skyorb number 1, and then I already posted 2 and 3. Can't remember what Challenge Arena was like. I played a long time ago before Sensor, and I just kind of dropped off. So, okay, I guess I'll go into that a little bit. So Challenge Arena, how it worked was, you had your whole pool of, Hadaran is, what was that guy's name? Jin, I think. Jin was the Challenge Arena gatekeeper. Whenever you fought him, his team was Cancer to fight. And it's just by chance too, because I think the way Gummy designed it was they picked your current arena team at the release of Challenge Arena. Not even like at the release of the seasons or anything. It was like the very beginning Challenge Arena released. They took whatever arena team you had and they put that into the game. And I'm guessing it was just based on win-loss ratios. So like whatever people were giving more losses, like their teams were giving more losses to people, would show up in the later rounds. So that's why Jin was being notorious, because he was one of the teams that would always make people lose. The thing with Challenge Arena though was you could spend, I think it was silver tokens, and you could buy revives to revive any of your dead units. So DK and Batman's trick that they told me after Challenge Arena closed was they would always buy the revives and just use the same team. So what I looked at it was like it benefited people with a larger variety and roster of units, because when if you have 100 units, 5 units die, you got 95 more units you can field to continue on farming Challenge Arena until you burn through all 100 units. And that's how I kind of looked at it but the trick was actually just to run the same 5 units. When they die, just revive them all. Spend the tokens and revive them all. Because I think the tokens only were really used to buy those and then metal keys, which as soon as I find a screenshot, I will post how much metal keys I redeemed. Okay, let's put this one inside. So, another old Challenge Arena screenshot. Let's see what else. I'm just scrolling through my Discord channel that I have a bunch of old pictures saved in and posting them as. Okay, so it's a funny picture too. You can see me with my beard and my tattoo on my arm, but I couldn't screenshot on the iPad, or I couldn't upload screenshots on the iPad. So I just took a picture with my computer of me holding the fucking iPad. It was so ghetto. Oh yeah, that was the thing. I remember trying that, and because I only had a few strong units, I was just mega fucked. Yeah, Challenge Arena, it really rewarded people with a lot of units, but that was DK and Batman's strategy, was just to use the same 5 units, and it worked because they were always amongst the top ranked. So these things on the screen right now, these pictures, I took pictures of me beating Lucius because when his trial dropped in global, and then I took this picture too to kind of timestamp it. That one's hard to see, but it says today at 7:04 a.m. I can go look for the original post too and find out the date, because I don't remember the date. But anyways, I took that because I was, what I believe, nobody else ever disproved it, was the first person in global. And I mean, it might not be the case. Maybe somebody who wasn't posting online could have done it before me. But I believe that I was, if not the first, amongst the first to beat Lucius, his trial 8. Yeah, so here's the full post, but I'll go look into my old posting. Oh wait, that's not it. It is, I forget what it was. I forgot how to view it. Shit. Is this one? Posting. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see. It was profile post. No. Posting. Activity. No. Find all threads. There we go. It's this button. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I haven't used these forums in a long time, so forgot where everything was. Oh yeah, there's the original, or not original, but there's my first Danny post. I was the 251st Danny Sky Orb owner, and I wanted to be the 250th because, you know, Kino 25, 250, but it sadly wasn't the case, and I got beat out by one person. And then this happened. I was 22 points away from it. Feels bad. Anyways, so going back to the trial 8, because I actually want to see when that date was. Oh, I'm gonna open this too and put this on the side for later. Frick, man, whenever I need to find something, I can't find it. Trial 8. There it is. Okay, so trial 8. Crap. Yeah, it's not showing up anymore. That sucks. But anyways, so right here, November 25th, 2015. That was when trial 8 dropped, and I beat it at 7:04 Hawaii time. So that's like 9:04 West Coast time, or like for East Coast that would be 12:04 p.m. But yeah, anyways, I mean, it doesn't really matter now. It was just something really cool at the time to be one of the first people. Talking about Challenge Arena, I saved all my tokens, my rainbow, my gold, my silver tokens. I don't have any screenshots prior to. Yeah, see, dude, dude, that sucks. That happened to me too. My old pictures from like when I first started playing, before trial 1 and 2, I lost all those pictures, and those are the ones I want because I wanted to see my account and where I was way back in the beginning of the time. But I have like this huge gap of space where I can't find like all the older pictures and stuff, so it's kind of just like lost in time and space. So talking about Challenge Arena, I didn't know about these pictures, so I'm kind of glad they're still here. These are all my summons from the free rainbow tokens that I farmed. I think it was like 120 summons. I'll find out right now. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So all that. All of this. That's 50 summons. All of these guys. Idea, which is still, I already had her, but it was cool to get extras. Because I mean, if you're not using them, you could always trade them for merit. So 75. Wait, was it really 75? I thought I did more. Well, I guess I only had 75. Oh wait, no, right there. I did 48 summons for now, but I have another 70 for later on when Super Honor summons. That's right. So because of unit space, I didn't want to do the other 70 and have no space for crystals and stuff to level them. I also got like 4 of the twins, or the bros. My oldest picture is when Demo Dungeon first dropped, and I took a picture of farming the 5-star. Yeah, I made a video recording with the in-game recorder, which is horrible. I think it's still in the game too. It is trash. The audio, I don't think caught properly, and yeah, I still have that video somewhere. You don't have to see all of this crap. Where is it? Oh wait, that's way too far already. 7 years. Yeah, it was this one, I think. Yeah, the original in-game recorder. I don't know why I used it, but I used it. And it was like, it lagged the game too. Like it got super slow like this, and the audio wasn't even working. And yeah, it was bad. But I think this one was this was the demo one. So this was the original, not original, but one of the older crit teams. Oh, actually, this is the original one that I used. This is the one that everybody used for like nuke stuff. I had Doma for defense ignore, the Douglas for spark, Michelle for attack buff, Duel for crit chance buff, and then the 2 zebras to stack the crit damage buff. And things would just melt before they updated and changed it and kind of nerfed it. But yeah, the audio wasn't really working, I don't think. Which kind of sucks. It's weird because the audio works for this. You can hear that, but you can't hear the game. So, you know, Brave Frontier. Old crit buff was like 300, right? Yeah, the crit damage buff. It was 150 a zebra. Oh wait, no, old zebra. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, the 2 zebras together would be 600, and then they changed it. They reduced it. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was what it was. What was this? I don't know what this is, but you can see my tokens. So 20,000 silver, 57,000, almost 58,000 gold, and almost 33,000 rainbow tokens. So I farmed a pretty good amount of Challenge Arena too. You know, it was actually fun, and pretty easy to just push a couple buttons and let it do its thing. I should probably do something in the game while talking. Check the raid that I was leeching. And let's see what else we got. Oh, my original. Looks like the raid failed. My original Karma Master picture when I beat him. This was probably one of my favorite fights too. This and Maxwell. Playing Brave Frontier, when Karma Master came out, at that time period, I was kind of with the game already. But playing because of, like, you know, my friends and all that I found, that and our group that we created. But when I fought this fight, it kind of brought back the game. Like, I kind of enjoyed the game again, because this fight was so tough, but it was so fun, and it was really great. And so I started to enjoy the game a lot more again, which was good for like Omni era, early Omni era, mid Omni era, and eventually, I started just to lose the interest again. And please tell me I'm not crazy. The Foon from the level up campaign was Lord type. It, I don't know. I didn't get the Mifune. The old level up campaign, I didn't qualify for any of them because I was always too high of a level. Only until they implemented the one in the challenges. And if that's the one you're talking about, it was a Lord. No, it might have been a Breaker. I don't remember. It was either a Lord or Breaker. Um, let's see. Where is that picture that I? Oh yeah, I took this one. I think that's a 6-star one. I was one of the only people on the first day. I wasn't the first one for her trial, but I was amongst the first people to beat her. In our group, it was me and Verge. We're the only two to beat her. And then she got buffed. She was already fucking difficult as hell, and then she gets buffed and made her even more difficult. But yeah, her trial was fucking, oh my god, it was horrible. Let's see. I know I have other pictures in here. I have just a random pictures like this. I've almost never seen. This was one of my older ones too. I remember this picture I took. I was at work. It was 5:30 in the morning, and I would hit auto, let the game do its thing, and then check it in a few minutes while I was doing work. I was at a restaurant at the time, so I would like do some prep, cut some vegetables, and come back and check, set up another one, go cut some more vegetables, or cook something, come back and check. And I got 3 metal mimics, and I was kind of shocked because I never knew you could get that much. So yeah, I ended up taking a screenshot of that. Let's see, what else do we got here? I have a oh, this is a funny one. Deb with his fucking L gift. So I would leech with like troll teams, and then Deb was over here leeching with a troll L gift. And then our other friend, Dark Hero, was leeching with a M gift. And see, this proves that I was actually doing raids. I wasn't always a leech. I did my fair share. I just, as I lost interest, I didn't want to really put in the effort as much anymore. Let's see, what else we got here. Another one, couple of our guild members leeching Dasix with his freaking Pumper key. Oh yeah, here it is. Well, not. So here's another raid picture I took. I joined Ushi and fuck, what was his name? His friend. Milko. I joined Ushi and Milko on accident. And I ended up doing better than both of them because I joined late too. And I ended up doing better than both of them in that raid. The original limited time one from like spring of 2015. Yeah, I think the limited time one was a Lord, and then the one that was in the records section over here, not records, inside the, what's it called? Yeah, records over here. I think this one was a breaker. I might be wrong though, in the level up campaign. I don't remember what level it was. Might have been 25. Yeah, I think this one was a breaker. But the one from the limited time one was a Lord. Or it might have been the other way around. I honestly don't remember. It's been so long. And I farmed so many breakers, Mifunes, and I don't even use them anymore. Well, I take that back. I use one. and he is Omni plus 3. I use him for metal parades and stuff. But yeah, so that's that. Let's see what else we got. I know there's a picture somewhere that I have of. Oh, there's this. I'm curious if this actually improves. So the fastest raid I did apparently was 9 seconds. I don't know how that happened, but I think one of the other guild members got 6 seconds. And I'm actually in the wrong area. What am I doing? So that would be over here. Player info, records. Let's see. Summoner, Gladiator, Conquer, Hero, Colosseum. So here, Arena, Quest. Where is it? Oh, I'm stupid. I actually gotta go to raid to check. I'll check that later then, since I'm leeching. Anyways, what else we got? I don't have the picture, I guess. I thought I did. Of all my tokens. Let me change the song. Oh, the guild raid map song. I actually like this. And this is from Gummy too. This is a pretty badass theme. This one and the main menu one. I like the main menu one. I'm just kind of going through Lena's playlist on YouTube. Some of our old members, and you can tell it's from the old days because I'm running like Gazaya and Chrome and Hale and I forgot his name, but some of our older members like Spritz and Shane and Gestalt. That they don't come by anymore and visit and stuff, but you know, they were all big parts of the guild at one point. Let's see some more. Darius was another big member. He was an officer of the guild at the time when he played. Used to always tease me about how hot-headed I was, because I would get us into a lot of trouble by saying stupid shit. Oh, there it is. I knew I saw this. So, because I didn't use my silver coins, I think this was the day before they were going to permanently close, or they announced they're going to close Challenge Arena and said they would reopen it. But I didn't want to take any chances and lose out on all of that shit that I grinded for fucking days. Besides the gems, because we got gems already. I just decided to cash in everything. So I bought 612 fucking jewel keys, and it took forever to burn through. It was horrible. I think I bought a mix of jewel and metal actually, but yeah, I mean still, just that was a fuck ton of keys. Not to mention the gold coins I think you could use to buy L gifts. Okay, yeah, so you that's right. So jewel, metal, and rainbow keys. So I bought a mixture of the three. And then the gold coins you could use to buy frogs, L gifts, not L gifts, sorry, Artons and imps. So I bought a ton of Artons, and then the rainbow coins you'd use for summons. Yeah, dude, it was horrible. I had so many keys for so long. It's a good problem to have, though. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. In-game pictures. Oh, I have this picture. I fought Kimmy 77. I was a huge fan of his art. He did a lot of Brave Frontier art. He's moved on to other games and stuff now, but you can still find a lot of his Brave Frontier art, and I really liked his art style. So it was kind of cool running into him. I even spoke to him twice, I think. I was telling him like how I'm a big fan, his art stuff, but I didn't have the knowledge or the money to really support him money wise, so I just kind of supported him by, you know, shouting him out and stuff. First person on Reddit to make a real in-depth guide for the Lancio X dungeon. Lancio, which one is that one? I think that was the snow. Lancio. Oh yeah, the second one. Yeah, the snow. The wolf. The I forget his name, but yeah, the wolf dungeon. That one was. Oh yeah, here you can see my. Yeah, I never did actually show my Sark stuff. Some of my older teams. My light team. I was using her as a mitigator. Fire, you know, I still have a 6-star Darwin shell that I was using. And then Gozo was really good, and she was also really good for Sark. Paris. Lafio, thy goddess bless me. That was an inside joke that we had in the guild. Me and this guy Panda. Lafio's art was fucking awesome. She was such a cool unit, and she was a really good unit too. And we'd always say, "Thy goddess bless me." That was kind of our little joke. Water team. I don't even know. I don't know if I just didn't have a mitigator or what was going on with that team. This team I had, I think at the time this Libero was a 6 star. And just because I evolved her, you know, later on when her Omni came out is why it's an Omni now. But at the time it was a 6 star, along with this dude. Was actually a pretty cool mitigator. Unit, and a cool unit in general, art-wise. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with the other teams. I don't remember. But yeah, summoner-wise, yeah, Kimmy's art was all good. Summoner-wise, I got everything. I even maxed out all the parameters. I did use the STP exploit that was out at the time. Nobody really knew about it. I got insider info from somebody, and I was amongst like maybe 10 people that knew. So I was doing the STB exploit like March 2016, 17, like the first year that Sark was out. So I was just farming away with that. It was a pain in the ass to do manually though. I had to do it on my phone. I couldn't use Nox like how I'm using Nox right now. I couldn't do it on Nox at the time. It wouldn't work. So I got all the weapons. Also maxed them all out. Oh yeah, I did parameters already. X skills. I think I showed all the X skills. Yeah, I got all the X skills. Oh, this is what I was going to show stats. The elements. That's right. All hundreds. I mean, yeah. Them buck bundle exploits, dude. I missed out on that. I forget the guy's name, but he was a dumbass. He was like showing off his like 200 summon tickets because he was doing every single bundle. He was getting the he was doing the dollar exploit to get it, and I think Gummy banned his ass. A lot of people that was doing it before it leaked or before everybody started talking about it, and Gummy patched it, which sucks. People were just kind of being hush-hush about it and doing it on the down low, and he was the one that wanted to open his mouth, and then everybody found out, and everybody started spreading it like wildfire, and eventually Gummy employees found it, because there's Gummy employees like amongst the Reddit that play casually or are hidden among us that we just don't know about. I used to preach it a lot on Reddit and to people because I was aware of what was going on. A lot of people just thought I was crazy, which is fine. You know, you have a right to believe whatever you want to believe. But there was like Lee Bill was a good example. That's a Gummy ran account. That's why 5 years later, it's like level 500 still. It can't be damned to level up and grind, but it was damned to spend 200 gems on Frontier Hunter and Challenge Arena. The purpose was to get other people to spend, because if you got people like the Pingus and the Whales who want to be first, but Lil Bill is first, you know, you're going to compete against him and spend even more gems. And, you know, it's kind of slimy tactic on their part, but that's kind of just how it goes, you know. There's more gummy accounts than just Lee Bill, but and staff and things like that, but I'm not going to really get into that. It's not my position to really say. I would love to. Or the fourth Sark map would actually wants me to bet on Sark stuff. Or the fourth Sark map would have an Earth boss with a desert setting. Dude, see, that was the disappointing thing with Sark 2. Alim half-assed the fuck out of it. Like, this could have went on for a decent while. That was the many mistakes that Alim made with Brave Frontier. They power creep too fast, and they half-assed this thing. Like, it was cool how they implemented the lore of past units into these areas. I forget which one was implemented here, but I know like this one, you have the castle from Barura when, I forget what the girl's name was, opened the portal to save them from when the demons were invading, and the castle ended up here in Valencio. And you actually see some of like Elza and Alice's relatives, which is really cool. And then you have like the wolf, which kind of was like Zeke, it's like related to him. Like that whole world was all wolves and the like. And then Obanahara, where like units like Mifune and you know, all the Japanese feudal Japan era units were from. Like, it was really cool how they had these places like this, these worlds that you would go to. This one was like all the golems. I mean, you guys probably know for the most part. Most of you guys probably beat these already. But it was so disappointing that Alim had these stories and they just half-assed it into 6 maps instead, and then they went and tried to restart with Brave Frontier 2, which, to my knowledge, I think Brave Frontier 2 flopped for the most part. Not a lot of people play it, not a lot of people really care for it. They built on all the success from Brave Frontier 1, with the exception of mitigation. They added mitigation again, which is so fucking stupid. And I think Lena was telling me Carl, or there's a unit they released that was just absurdly broken, that really power creeped the whole game. So shit like that, that's what really fucked Alim up in the long run, which also happened in Brave Frontier. If you played from the beginning, you would have noticed it. You would have seen the huge power creeps in certain batches of units. Probably gotta go like 6-star. So when Darwin Shell released, like, he changed the game mitigation wise, because prior you had Idia, who had 25% mitigation on SBB only. Ilimo also had 25% on SBB only. There was the Ice Tower, Oulu, something like, I don't remember his damn name, but he was mitigation 50%. And sorry, I'll read that in a bit once I finish this Darvish Shell thing. And then Darvish Shell came out and really changed the whole game and really power creeped the game to a new level, which eventually had to lead to a 7-star era. Like, eventually, you know, those things are going to happen anyways in all these gacha games. You're going to go from 6-star era, 7-star era. But the way Alim did it, they were almost, it felt like they were competing with Gummy in terms of releasing units, because Gummy would release a really powerful 6-star unit, you know, borderline OP unit, and then Alim felt the need to compete. Like a good example would be Avant and Corzon. So Gummy released Corzon and this super OP unit at the time. Well, not super OP, but really, really good unit. And so Alim turned around and made another crit related unit that's also fire type, and it was Avant. And he was changed the game again, you know, pushed the power creep to whole new levels. And that happened on multiple occasions with multiple units. I can't think of any right now. It's just been so much, and it's been so long. It's hard to remember all of these things, but that's why I wanted to do this stream and record this video and save this video and archive it, just to kind of see all of these things, you know, in like 5 years or something, or 10 years, and kind of look back in memory lane. Because a lot of these things I will not remember in 5 years, you know. I'll remember the name Brave Frontier, and that's probably about it. But yeah, sorry. So Onion said, everything beaten, I finally decided to grind the weapons SP parameters since some guild mates encouraged me to do so. Even with Super Lab, I feel a lot SPBs managed to bang everything out before Super Labs. The manual STP glitch. Yeah, the manual STP glitch was extremely time consuming. When I first did it, it was all manual. I was doing it manual on my phone at work. Same thing, you know, I would do a little bit of work, pull out my phone, run it, do a little bit of work, pull out my phone, run it. The worst part about it was, I think 3 times speed was out, and those dungeons are fast. It was like 30 seconds a run. So, like you said, it was super time consuming. And then I figured out how to use Nox. And so I started to set up a Nox script where it can auto-click. I'll show a quick example. You guys can't see the script itself. It's just a little box that has buttons. I can push a play button and it'll do a thing. So this one, let's see, you know what? I made this one for items. Yeah. So I made this one for selling 99 spheres or trading 99 spheres. So it would be a lot quicker. So pretend these are spheres. I know it's items, pretend they're spheres. And then I'd push this button and then boom, it starts clicking. See how it's clicking and then it kind of scrolls? It would do that for, you know what, I'll just go to, because that didn't really work out well. So I'll go trade spheres, and then I don't have 99 spheres, but you'll see it and understand the point. And then it just starts clicking all the spheres for me and scrolling. Because I don't have 99 spheres, it didn't keep scrolling, and that's why it started unclicking some of the spheres. But it would do that, scroll, click all of them, scroll, click all of them, scroll, and then I'd have 99 spheres. So I had a macro for that. I had a macro for running the old STP glitch. So that at one point I would just go to sleep and I would set the macro to start. And then I'd wake up and then turn off the macro, because you could run 6 hours before non-friends would stop giving STP points. And I would sleep for about 6 hours and then catch it and then turn it off. And that was my grinding for the day. But I'm glad you beat it, Onion, because yeah, it's a horrible grind. That takes a lot of time. Yeah, I also have one for crafting spheres, mass craft spheres. So I don't think I can craft a bunch. Oh, whoops, it's items. Because I don't have that much materials, but I set up one of my scripts where it would mash the fuck out of the craft button, because items you can just click and hold and it'll craft however many items you want to craft. But the spheres you had to manually push each time. See, so like I'm clicking and holding it right now, but it's only crafting once. But I had this macro where I just click a button and boom, like in 1 second, like I just crafted 15. I'm gonna close that. I don't want it to save. Um, so little things like that, if you use Nox, you should play with. It'll help with the small things like that, which was honestly a lot of fun to make. Yeah, the guides, they're helpful. I made a few, but not like posted on Reddit, like just for the guild. But it's for me it gets like, I guess not, yeah, it kind of gets outdated, I guess. So like if somebody wanted to beat it now, it's a lot easier. So it's not really, the guide's not really needed anymore. You can just kind of hit auto and lull at your screen while everything just melts and blows up and explodes. And that's why I was like, we put all this effort in to making it, and you know, you help people and people are thankful and all that stuff, but then it's like it eventually just gets outdated. And then I didn't really care for that because it's yeah, I just, you do all this work and stuff, you type up these big paragraphs of how, you know, X unit is good because they can do this, this, and this, which will help during these turns. And that's why I stopped doing like guides and stuff, and I would just post my team and say what I did, and just, yeah, you know, you can figure out maybe important things like make sure to guard on turn 10 because that's when the nuke is coming, or you know, at the 60% HP threshold. But not like the full guides, because it was, yeah, see, so at the time of release they're super useful, and you know, everybody's gonna be thankful that used it, but I still think they hold up. Well, you know what, let me click your link, or I did click your link, I didn't put it onto the, there we go. See, so 2 years. See, so like things like this, like the boss is burning, he'll use AoE attack, so every 5 turns guard all your units, reduce your HP. So things like that, like, yeah, that still holds up to this day, because, you know, regardless if you do it day 1 or if you do it on the last day of Brave Frontiers being a game, that unit, that boss will still do this attack every 5 turns. And so it'll always be useful. For, I guess what I meant to say was more so the specific units. You know, like people would say, take Eclise, I guess I'm just gonna use a random example, Eclise and Pamela, you know, because these people wrote those 2 names because they're really good. But now it's like, most people won't even use Eclise or Pamela because they're so old and outdated. You can just use your 4 like ilms that you summon as noise pools, because that's all Gummy gives is ilms. One thing, so since you're archiving this, what is one thing you would like people to know about you, whether it's new or old friends or strangers, just viewing you? Feel fulfilled in everything you've done thus far in the game. That's a tough question. For me, yes and no. It's hard to step away from the guild. It's easy to step away from the game. Like I said, I kind of lost interest in the game, but I stuck around and did my best to support the guild. But game-wise, I feel fulfilled. It's pretty much the same things, more or less. Like, you know, right now, I haven't even touched it, but right now, you know, we got, where is it? You know, Vortex Arena. Season 1. Well, not including the old Season 1 that took place back in 2014. Actually, I don't even think Dark had one. I think it was only the 4 core elements, not Dark and Light. But anyway, so the first Dark Vortex Arena is pretty much the same as the second season. Pretty much the same as the third season. The rewards change a little bit, but it's all the same. Same thing, same mechanics, just different units, different rewards. Um, so it just wasn't really fulfilling for me anymore. So I got my fulfillment from that because Vortex Arena is always gonna be Vortex Arena. Frontier Hunter is gonna be the same thing, just a different element every season. RC7 was a little refresher, which is why I farmed a ton of the fire RC7. I wonder if I can see the items. So where are they? See, so I have 600 of these stone thingies. Oh, I actually have more water ones too. That's kind of funny. Oh, because I crafted one of the spheres, I think. So like I have a bunch of these stones. Oh, you know what? Because the fire one is harder to farm. You got a lot less than you did for the other three. And I think there was only 2 missions for this one as opposed to the water, earth, and thunder so far has 3 missions. But it was a nice little refresher. So I was grinding a lot of the fire one with, some guild mates and stuff. And I was actually having a little bit of fun of doing that again. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing, like for water, it was just instead of using a water team, you're using a thunder team now, and then and Earth's gonna be a fire team. A lot of us hope that Gummy adds a 3rd boss to the fire one. See, and then that's the thing too, like the bosses, Gummy can be lazy with the art and just keep using the Guardian art, but change up the mechanics at least. Different mechanics, and get rid of that stupid fucking 100% mitigation for the first 2 turns. It's pointless. It's dumb. I think they do that because people want to try and IUBB and all those things. So I guess maybe the first turn, I don't know. I just think it's a stupid thing to have. If people want to IUBB it, fuck it. It's fucking normal raid. Who cares? Personal thoughts on the guide still working. Okay, but I'll read that after this little fulfillment thing. But yeah, so getting back to topic, fulfillment wise, yeah, in-game wise, or in-game, I've pretty much got my fulfillment. I've done, all the things in the game that a limb had to offer. The things that Gummy has to offer, most of it, for the most part. Challenge Arena back in the day. What was that? Something of the gods in the Vortex. It was an old dungeon they had. That was a fun one. It was tricky. And then, just guild raid. I never actually went into the guild yet. I showed the guild. So, guild raid. All our members. I don't know if it's okay to not show this, but it should be fine. Everybody knows our members, pretty much. All 999s. Yeah, everybody's pretty active too. So we never have, I know some people were complaining about it recently on Reddit, about not having people to raid with. Our guild never has that problem. I'm not going to show the chat, because, somebody, I'm not going to show the chat for our Discord, but our raid channel is almost always popping. We have a dedicated role that you just tag, and everybody with the role gets pinged. And next thing you know, boom, 2 minutes later, their lobby's full and they're running a raid. And then 4 minutes later, they're done with the raid already, and they're running it again, and then they're running it again. And then the guys gemming it and running it again. And then the free-to-play guys will jump in, burn their 3 orbs, jump out, and then the next free-to-play guy would jump in, burn their 3 orbs, jump out, while the 2 or 3 hardcore gemmers are just burning gems and just blasting through that. I already went through here. Blasting through that raid. So we got guild raid casual. 16. For some reason, it gets cut off at like season 12 or something for me. No, 14. Oh, 14's gone for whatever reason. Sound like my type of crowd. Yeah, dude. I don't know if you're already in a guild. I'm not gonna try and like poach or anything, but if you do want to join a guild, you know, we're still open to recruiting. We're always open to recruiting, and always open to good, strong, dedicated people. So if you yourself want to try and apply, go for it. Or if you know somebody that does, um, by all means, you know, you miss 100% of the shots you take, so just try it. The worst thing you get is us just saying, oh, no thanks, or no, you know, it's try again later, you know, when your account gets stronger or when you get more availability. But yeah, that's pretty much what goes on in our guild all the time, is always constantly raiding with RC7, which is good. I like seeing that. I like seeing the activity. I like seeing people talking in our guild and, you know, putting in work. Even though I don't put in work anymore just because I just lost interest in the game, it's nice to see, you know, the others that are still interested in the game and that still enjoy the game, being happy with what we've produced guild-wise and environment-wise. But yeah, I don't know, I think I've shown pretty much everything. I guess I could go. I haven't done Coliseum in months. I've kind of stopped once I got to like around 9, you know, the max rewards and loop stage. So my teams are super, like I'm using these units, just super outdated. I think I changed my team a little bit when they updated the unit cost, but even then, like my units are still outdated. I haven't really bothered with it. Arena. Okay, this isn't correct. It's showing 0, but that's because that stupid Vortex Arena glitch that always happens. It's like 3,000 or something. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, my arena team. Honoka and Hisa just because she's a Vortex Arena unit and she's one of my favorite units. Kayana, she was my only Battle Maiden, so I got that increased percent. So I just threw her in there, and then I don't know, Blaze because fuck it, and then Fina because she's nifty in arena. Took a lot of time throughout my entire time in high school. Oh yeah, sorry, let me go back to your earlier post. One of my personal thoughts on the guys still working is that not everyone will have to grind their max level their weapons by that time. Okay, no, yeah, I see what you're saying. That's a good point actually, and I think that's actually why a lot of people liked Sark, was because of that limitation. No matter how much power creep would come, those 5-star units would always be viable. Yeah, and that's actually what I kind of liked about it too. I see what you're saying. I didn't think about it that way, but that's actually a good point. Because, you know, let me go to, so look at like some of the teams I have, like, you know, like this 6-star Gozo, he's still top tier unit for fire units, you know, for Sark, and then Burdette as well for what they offer. And then, you know, like 6-star Darvin Shell is still a really good 6-star mitigator, fire mitigator. So I see what you're saying, and I completely agree. And also these slimes, because they were stupid strong and fun to use. Yeah, so those guys do hold up. I understand, and I agree with your statement, Woodman. I guess I was thinking more so along the lines of like normal, like, I guess trial guides and you know, those sorts of like Frontier Rift guides. Like eventually they get outdated. Like you look at the recent Frontier rerun event, and it was basically I hit auto and fucking just let it do its thing. I fell asleep, or I dozed off on stage 4, and I woke up, well, stage 4 and 5. I woke up to it completed, like just autoing on its own. Like, that's how much power creep just kind of makes the game those later events. That makes sense. That's kind of how I was looking at it as. I haven't touched RC7 yet. I haven't done much of anything since Monster Hunter, or MHA. I don't know why I said Monster Hunter. Well, you could it's gonna loop around. So every 2 weeks it changes elements. I'm pretty sure you probably already know that. So you can always start now. It's in the middle of thunder, and then you'll do light, and then you'll do dark, and then it'll reset the loop back to fire. And so I mean you just missed out that first 2 week opportunity for those elements. So fire, water, and earth. You missed those opportunities, but they're gonna come back. So every 2 weeks, so it's pretty much a month for 2 elements, so 3 months. So it's a 3-month loop. So you'll get 3 more opportunities this year. Pamela was a good unit. I didn't have her at the time of Sark. I got her as a noise pool later on. I remember her being really good. Eclipse was a good one. I remember her being good. I had her. Labored, I had extra labored, so I remember him also being really good. And my hail, I had 1 hail and I maxed her out already, so I couldn't really benefit from that, which sucked. But I remember her being like a utility truck as well. Remember when Ezra was all cancer, and then we had Behemoth, which wasn't that bad in my opinion. Now we're 0 BC. Yeah, Ezra was a cancer, and I didn't have her, and I was so upset with myself. And that's why I dropped like 40 summons, free to play summons too, by the way, on trying to get her ass, and I finally got her, which I'm happy because she's still viable as a unit. Not so much in arena or Coliseum, but still as like a mitigator in general for harder content. Took a lot of time throughout my entire time in high school. It did for me too, except in college and work. I shouldn't be playing at work, but I was playing at work, and it was a restaurant job, so it was like when I wasn't cooking or getting orders to cook or anything, I'm over there on my phone on the side. I'd put a piece of saran wrap around my phone so that I wouldn't get like grease, or I wouldn't get my phone wet or dirty or anything like that, and I would play with the saran wrap on it because I did what I had to do my grinding. Paid attention to the news either. Well, news-wise, it's not been a lot. I will post this link. Ooh, crap. So because it's so difficult to navigate on Reddit, I have this link that only shows global news. So it's a lot easier. It doesn't go in order though. So like if you look, like Mikael's one first is 3, then Lico's 5, and then 3 times speed is 19 days ago, and then it jumps back to Cert, who was 12 days ago. So it's not really like super in order. But see, like Frontier Hunter is up 7 days ago and it's all the way down here. But at least it has all the global news. So I'm going to post that in the chat if you want to pin that, because I have it saved up here. So it's always easy to find like the older news. Of course, we also have a news channel in our guild Discord. And our dedicated guild members are so on top of it, posting new news within like 5-10 minutes. And it's all kind of saved and archived there too, in case you ever need to backtrack to anything. But I already had this pin, so I never really unpinned it and just left it there. But you can use that link. That link is helpful for finding some news if you need to. Missed every event since like August. What happened anyways, Woodsman? You just been busy, I'm guessing. She was ahead of her time. I'm glad you were able to get her. Thanks, Onion. Yeah, I was who was I using as my mitigator? It wasn't Shara. I was using the what is she, a lion? The Egyptian girl. I don't know what she is. This thing. Her. I was using her and she's not bad. If people watching the stream, if you guys don't have Urza as a thunder mitigator, she is really good. This girl right here is really good. A lot of utility. Attack down is always a good thing to have. Spark damage, boost BB gauge. I think this is a higher value. If I'm not mistaken, it's 3 to 4 BC. I could be wrong though. Let me try and look for her info. And she was one of kind of an older unit too. Yeah, look, 2017 of August, or August 2017. Where's your stats? Right there. Oh no, so it was 2 to 3 BC, but still, pretty good. She heals, additional damage reduction, which has been a problem as of recent. You know, there's a lot of heavy dot that's been kind of fucking up people if they're not prepared. Her Brave Burst sucks for Guild Raid though. You do not want to use dot. Dot just fucks up your runs in Guild Raid, and it ruins your damage and it lowers your score because of that. And in her SP, now I'm doing fucking unit reviews over here for a unit that's 2 years old. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but yeah, her SP options, all really good options. And you can just, if you invest in her, she's a good mitigator as a substitute. Hey, Lena's here. There's like 4 Thunder middies, and half of them are garbage. Yeah. Shara is good too, but she's just too squishy. Hey, Lena. Yeah, you can probably hear it in the background. I'm using your music, if you don't mind. I'm actually gonna change to another song. Oh, speaking of raid, normal raid. Yeah, so let's see, what else was there? I don't know, I think I covered a lot of it. To be honest, I might stream again and without the audio and just have, or you know, without all this extra stuff, like the pictures and the slideshow and stuff, just for recording's sake, and then just put that up. Or I might put the stream up, but I don't know yet. It's kind of a lot of talking. Might be funny to put up, I don't know, we'll see. I have found some other pictures. So this was me running Guild Raid on 3 accounts at once on my computer, because I low-key built my computer with the intent of playing Guild Raid. Oh yeah, sorry, you know what? I'm gonna go run a couple more. Especially my energy's full. A couple more Karma dungeons. Why not? I figured I'll put it up. I'll put up some other funny teams too. I might put up. I think I'm gonna put up one with Loesch. Dean. Dean was my 2nd summon. I actually didn't mention that earlier. And then the tree was my 3rd summon. And Eric and all his memes was my 4th summon. And I don't remember my 5th summon already. I built mine with the intent to run multiple runs for SQDA and Oval. Yeah, I know, and kind of sucks now because I wish I picked a stronger GPU and CPU, but you know, I make it work for now. I really enjoy this. And Overwatch, I have Overwatch, but barely play it though. I used to play a lot on Xbox. Okay, so get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's see what else. And then I had some funny pictures like this. I don't know if you guys can really see it. Yeah, you guys can't really see it. I wish I could increase the picture. That sucks. Anyways, it's 3 guys next to each other, and it's spelled out Finn. Let's see what else we got. Some raid victories. Show that. Guild raid scores. Guild raid testing. Documents. Don't want to show that. Good comments. Oh, Not a lot of people know about these, but I really, I like the lore. So I really like these maps that the Japan community made. Oh fuck, how many is there? I have a handful of them. Okay, I'll go through them in a little bit. I think these are all dupes already. So you can see all the different units and how they were involved in lore, and then it's even over the area that they were from. So like over here you have Agni and Nirvana, and then over here you have like Lanara, and I know this one doesn't have all the units, but you have like the different areas and their purpose, like who they fought. Like Dilma loved what was her name? Lilith, one of the two, something like that. So it was cool. And then you had this little archer girl who loved these two, and it was just, I can't really remember it at this point. This is the robot. Yeah, it's been so long since all of this stuff, and this is when I was really like into the game, playing all the time. When my energy was empty, I'd do other things like, you know, just researching or anything really. Let's see. There's this one. Oh, that's a double post. Oh, here's the English version. Yeah, so you can see all the different things, like tried to kill. So he tried to kill Sheeta. And then Master and Student, Atro and Zelbon. AIM hated her and hated Themis, I think her name was. And yeah, things like that. And Mifune stopped Kikuri and Sephia. Yeah, it was just so much cool lore and opportunities that Gummy had. Yeah, Brave Frontier is, I can't really comment how it's still alive, other than, I mean, obviously the people are still spending money, but it's still going strong. And besides all the jokes and the memes that Brave Frontier is gonna shut down soon, I don't think it is. I would start to worry, like for the people who are still playing, I would start to worry when Gummy stops putting out anything, updates, events, and they make everything loot. So like if they stopped Guild Raid, because Guild Raid has this kind of a manual thing, and then they only really had events like what do you call it, RC7 raid, so they constantly looping the elements, you know, fire, water, blah 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 blah, and then things like Frontier Hunters constantly loop, kind of like how Japan is right now. Japan has Frontier Hunter looping 2 times a month. Basically, it's the company is putting in very little effort into managing the game, and that's because it's not worth the assets and the labor to stick with the game anymore. So they just kind of put it on autopilot until it's finally time to pull the cord. So that's what I would worry about, because that happened with EU. I was talking to some of the EU players, and they said that the game, they were just not getting updates. They were getting new units still, because units, you know, you gotta summon, you gotta spend money. Go figure, you know, Gummy EU would do that, but not update the game itself. Like they didn't get certain trials. They released, the release time or the release window of some of the content was weird. Like you would get a Omni unit, like I guess for example like an Omni Avant, but then the most recent content would be like an RC6 or like Trial 6 or something, like something stupid like that. Yeah, see right there, like Lena said, they didn't even get Saint Creek. And it's unfortunate too. All those people, you know, invested so much time and money into the EU just to have it closed down on them like that. But that's when I would start to worry about global, which you could kind of argue is already the case. You know, Frontier Hunter, Challenge Arena, RC7, those are all pretty easy to just flip a switch and re-loop it. You know, you flip a switch once a month for Frontier Hunter, same thing for Vortex Arena. But they're still doing things like, you know, they're still doing BNCs, which that takes up a lot of effort and labor and time to make. So that's a good sign already. And then another one is like they're still doing these casual guild raid things. Granted, they're buggy to hell. So many bugs, so many problems, but you know, they're still putting in effort. So you know that the game is still doing okay, profit-wise. There was a website, I don't have the link and I don't remember what it was called, that would show like a rough estimate of how much the company was making, or how much that game was making a day, based on, I think it only displayed Android. I might be wrong, but I know it's separated Android and iOS for other games, but that specific website showed Android for Brave Frontier, and it was like 20,000 a day or something like that. I don't know how accurate it was, but that was the only data I found. But yeah, the game is still going. Then I gave up the game. I came back after a long break, and over half of my box of spheres were missing. Tried to get Gummy to help me, and pretty much. Well, okay, so Narza, that depends. How much stuff did you put into the game before? Sometimes for new player or for old players coming back, it's better for them to just reset and start with a fresh account, because you might have units that are so outdated, that are so weak and just pointless to have at this point, that it'd be better to just re-roll with a fresh account and get like some of the global units. You know, you might get older global units like Ilm and like I can't even think of some units right now. Like Ilm and I don't know, like Niala. Niala on top tier levels, no, she's, you know, she's kind of she's mediocre as hell. Niala for a new player or somebody on a new account, fucking powerful. She's gonna blow through all the early game content, you know, the early raids, and she's can kind of hold her own in the later raids. So it really depends where your account was before. Like if you already had, I don't know, you know, 2,000 unit slots and you had every single unit SBB 10. Actually, I had new units. I've been playing Brave in the same account for about 4 years. Oh, so you're probably just playing on and off, taking breaks, and or like just logging in for your dailies or something. In that case, yeah, that sucks that you lost half your box and the spheres were missing. Yeah, and Gummy's not the greatest at helping either. What I would do, and what I've done before, not with that specific problem, but I've had other problems happen on my account. I would just constantly bug them. I cry, I lost Rin, Len, Kuda, pretty much all my OG units. Yeah, those names are all like nostalgia names too. Rin and Len were really good units at their time. Kuda was such a badass unit, and I think he was pretty decent when he first came out as a 7-star for like more free-to-play options. I think I can't quite remember. Yeah, that's tough. I don't know what you would do, like how your units even got lost. Like if somebody went onto your account and like just manually sold them or something. Damn. Well, I hope it kind of, that you can kind of work out if you decide to play again. I wouldn't blame you if you rage quit over that. I would probably rage quit over that. I don't even know how I lost my spheres too. I don't know if it still applies, but I know back in the day, if you didn't log in for a really long time, that your arena thing would get reset. I think the amount of wins and losses, not the points, but the amount of matches you fought would get reset. But I've never heard about spheres or units ever getting reset. So I'm really not sure what happened there. That's weird. Why am I quitting Brave Frontier? Just, you know, moving on. Like I mentioned in the stream earlier, I lost interest in the game a few years ago, actually. But I was sticking around purely for the guild and the environment, the people, the friends I made, and seeing the guild being as successful as it was. Because, you know, I put in a lot of time and effort into the creation of the guild and working with all our other, you know, guild officers and our other captains on ensuring that the guild goes in the most positive, successful route that it can. Which even changed me as a person. I used to be a lot more toxic and negative and just an asshole online, which I still am sometimes, I admit. But, you know, I kind of learned about that, learned from that, and kind of changed to at least be a little bit more courteous and mindful and respectful of others. Even if somebody says something I don't like or I think is stupid, you know, I respect their opinions on it. And yeah, so I mean, there's positives to be had from this game, and I'm just quitting because just moving forward with my life and doing other things. You know, I barely play the game already, and I'll still be a part of the guild and the environment. I'm still going to be in the Discord. You know, I'm the owner of the Discord server, so I'm not going to really go anywhere, just not playing the game anymore, trying to focus on other things in life, and well, other games too, like when I want to play a game. Yeah, what's been my original intent was just to record a video for nostalgia factor. And yeah, I remember Riv spending we had a guild member. Oh, what was his name? I know Tom Mikey. There's this meme, and I don't know if you guys can for the guild members like Lena, I don't know if you can search it. It might still be a thing. Anyways, Mikey spent, what unit was that? Kaito. Okay, so it wasn't Kaito, it was Rin. No, I'm gonna search Mikey and try and see if I can. Oops, that shouldn't even be up there. Man. Wasn't he the super? Yeah, he was an absolute mega whale. I mean, dude was rich. He like lived in like a mansion. I don't remember what he did, but he was like a mega whale. He's a super cool guy too, though. Don't get me wrong. I used to chat with him all the time. Really nice, funny guy. Okay, right there. So Tom said he spent 1,975 gems on, was it Rin? No, it wasn't Rin. I forget what unit it was. Oh, Natsu. So that was kind of recent too. Can't remember. Wasn't he super? I know Riv was an architect. Yeah, Riv. I think he still is, right? And he works. He has his own shop, I think. I'm pretty sure he said he had his own shop. I don't know if he still does. He might have sold it. I think it was like getting too stressful for him. But yeah, like these guys are mega whales, and they spend a ton of gems, and it's crazy to see some of them spending 80 summons on Natsu's Gate, didn't get into the last. Yeah, Lena, I know the feeling. I've the first time I experienced one of those painful summoning things was Blaze. I got my first Blaze at 87, and I was so, like, I was legit angry, like, wanted to punch a hole in the wall and throw my phone at the floor or something. That I did the other 13 summons because I was already just so furious with the game and my luck with that banner. I ended up getting 3 Blazes though, so I got like the first one at 87, and I think I got like the next 2 was like back to back, like 95, 96 or something like that. But that's the thing, it was 100 summons that I dropped for Blaze. I never went that high before for one unit. Because I didn't really summon for dupes too often. And then the very next gate, Say's Gate, dropped, and that one took me 73 summons for Say. And at that point, that's why I was like, alright, enough's enough. I am not spending any more money on this game. So I stopped buying gems, stopped buying bundles. Like I mentioned, Kaz did buy me gems when I did his, he bought me gems first, and then I did his Grand Quest. So I got those free gems, but I didn't spend for it. And then other than that, I just used free-to-play gems that I earned. Like the 60-something gems on my inventory right now is all free-to-play. Yeah, so that was my 2 painful summoning experience, was Blazing and Save right after that, and that was what kind of steered me towards not spending anymore, just because it really pissed me off. But yeah, so that's that. Let's see what else. I don't know what else there is to really go through. I remember spending 80. Didn't get him. I remember mentioning, oh Lena, what about what is her name? I actually summoned one of her just recently too, out of the free gates. Where is she? Astrid. You tell everybody about your Astrid experience too. So I summoned my 3rd one a few days ago. I went through about 200 summons on May and didn't get. Yikes. 200 summons for May. And you didn't even get her. Dude, that's... Ouch. I wrote a Swall banner in Brave Exodus for some reason last year. Yeah, okay, Brave X... I'm not even going to get into that, but I heard Brave Exvius rates was even worse. But I know they give more free stuff too. Like, they're pretty generous with the freebie summons, I think. They have like daily free summons, and then they give away lots of what is the premium currency in that game? The blue gems. I don't remember what they're called, but I remember they give away a lot of those too. So it was kind of like give and take. Yeah, you know, you could be Lapis. There we go. You could be free to play and still have decent units, because I don't think the power creep was too horrible at the time when I used to play. It might be different now, I don't know. But you know, you could use, you know, free units that you get. Used to have non 5-star base, but summonable 5 stars. Got like 3 units like that. Wait, used to have non 5-star bases as some of the 5 stars. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that. There's like that ninja guy that capped at like 4 stars. It was so stupid. Oh man, I remember that. I pulled a lot of him too. I'm glad they fixed that. That was dumb. And I remember one boss I couldn't beat because of something like that. Like I didn't pull the good enough units. But I heard, like, you know, in the more recent times, like you said, they fixed it and it's been a little bit more free to play friendly. I may be wrong, but I'm just going off of what I heard. Yeah. What else units can I troll around with? These random 4-star units. Random 5-star units. I have like the old units from Vortex Arena. And then they updated the Rainbow Gate. Wait, I got 3 units. They fixed that, so units that are either 3-star or 4-star base could be rainbows. They updated the rainbow rate to 3%. It's been pretty nice lately too. The 7-star units are actually kind of fun to play with. I remember, I don't know if it was an event, but they had Noctis, and I think he was a problem for many people, like trying to summon him, because he was such a good unit, I think, but it was so hard to get him. Fun fact, 5-star series is marked as a male unit in the game. I didn't know that. That's kind of fucked up. Yeah, Lena is absolutely the wiki god. Well, yeah, he's doing God's work already. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to talk about. I could go through my Discord more and look at other old pictures. My thing is kind of unorganized. I have some like nice wallpapers. But these are cool. I got these like stored away for, you know, whenever. They're just nice stuff to have. Kind of saved on my Discord. Let's see what else. Player fails. We got some funny stuff in here. Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys will really be able to see this. I wonder if I can increase the size. Yeah, I can increase the size. I'll increase it for a bit. So this is one of my favorite, perfect example of how I was an asshole. I don't know if you guys can see it. I can't make it any bigger than that already though. But so Ace 9000 was a former member of our guild. No, actually, you know what? This is before guild. This former member of our raid chat. And so he was causing trouble, and then we kicked him. And so he tried to make his own chat and tried to steal our members. But he invited everyone, which included me and DK and some other, I think Deb. And yeah, so like our leaders from our raid chat. And so we joined. Fuck, I don't think you guys can see it. It sucks. I don't know if we can try and zoom in or something. Anyway, I'll just read it. So I was talking to Ace, and then the name of this chat was Too Many Effin' Chats. And then I just, or not me, somebody else just changed the name of it to that. And so he says, I changed the name, dude. Didn't mean to copy name. So he was talking about our raid chat. He copied it. And so I said, what are you talking about? We changed the name. And then he says, me. And I thought it was Deb that changed it. So I said, specifically, Deb changed it to what it is now. and then he said, I changed my chat, all caps. I kicked him from the group, and I said, not your chat anymore. And then, you know, our usual skipping emotes that we always do. That's just the epitome of where the skip come from. So anything like trolling related and funny stuff like that, that's where it comes from. Things like that. I wasn't the first one to do it though. It was actually Justin. He's one of our OG members that not a lot of people know about. He was the first one to spam that. Like he would say like, kind of you're a bitch, and then he'd follow up with the skip emote, or like kind of I beat you in arena or something, and then skip emote. So that's kind of where the skipping emote came from. Let's see, close that out. Fun fact: so since Noctis on release was actually nerfed in the global version because he was released at the same time in JP, but would have decimated the global meta. Okay, so that's the controversy with Noctis then. I mean, he was such a cool character already, and a lot of people liked him from Final Fantasy 15 and all that stuff. They also had the Kingdom Hearts collab in December, January released weaker version of Sora and Kingdom Hearts Cloud in comparison to JP, since the time between content is about 9 months to catch. Jesus, 9 months. That's a lot of power creep. So I understand why they nerfed that. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. They do their own thing over there in FFBE. Yeah. Let's see. So what else is we got? Let's see. Funny stuff. What's in here? Also, some of my older screenshots that I took. So things like this, like how old that arena team is, and then you had this guy posting frog team. I think he quit, that's why he put that team up. Or I remember, what was this picture about? I don't even remember why I took this picture, but I remember Hitman was one of I think it was Hitman was my oldest friend, and so I took this picture. He was one of my only like friends that I didn't know that was like super old. Not like age wise, but like as in terms of how long I had him on my friend list. Oh, okay, here's a good one. I'll go in sequential order once I'm done popping in all these screenshots. So the epitome of how we trolled. So there's Justin on the top. You'll see him in a bit. You can't really see the names, but you can kind of see like the little image comments that people are making. So Justin and I were yeah, the good old stickers. Justin and I were leeching this raid, and this guy Sia message it or post both our names, and me and Justin follow up with hurry up. Like we're telling him to hurry up and finish the raid, but we're leeching. So he's out there soloing and we're doing nothing, but we're telling him to hurry up, just trolling and messing around. There's Justin spamming hurry up. And then this one, I think he told me to help, or he said something about help. And so I said his name and I said no. And we're just trolling. Oh, right there, help. And then yeah, I said later, and then sure enough, he left the match. Or the other guy left the match. And that's just kind of the things that we did, and just trolled people and messed around, and then we just spammed the skip emote in our chat. Yeah, later does equal skip emote. It also represents a lot of other horrible trolling things that we've done. Let's see what else. here's a funny one. That wasn't me, that was a friend of mine's. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It's kind of small. Unit of choice. Pirate Verica. OP. It sucks. These are a little bit harder to read. Oh yeah, there we go. It makes it a little easier to read now. Except the text box is away. So there's a lot of screenshots, and I save them all. Yeah, Lena, that was the first unit choice. So people were, if you had the other people's ID, you could troll them and input their IDs and send them crap. But I think my friend sent that to himself. Like, he did that on purpose. I don't know why he did. He wasn't a whale, so he needed new units, but yeah. I think this is still an app to this day. I don't know if Brave Dog, greatest game. Could be wrong though, but yeah, that's a random thing that I have. There's actually a battle. You fight Dolan, I think. There's actually like, it's like a Pokemon style battle. You can click different attacks. It's kind of funny. Yeah. All right, Woodman. Yeah, this actually went on a lot longer than I had planned. This is supposed to be like a 20-minute video. I've been streaming for a good while now. Got a lot to work with at least. Wow, about 3 hours and about a minute. Sheesh. I'm gonna wrap it up soon anyways. I pretty much went through my account. I'm probably, like I said, I'm probably gonna do another stream just without me talking and just recording things. So yeah, I just have a lot of random. Oh wait, I should fix the. But to the yeah, there's the I'm so wet is from our former guild member I am the Bag of Dicks was from our former guild member Verge that I mentioned earlier. This super fail, I'm pretty sure it was Photoshop. I'm certain, but it was just super funny, and this was posted way back in like 2014. So I have a lot of those older pictures. No, Amna does not play anymore, Chloe. Quite a while ago, actually. But he was one of the founding members and a really important part to the eventual, well, the building success of the guild that I still mention in periodically. Oh, here's the original picture. Oh no, this isn't it. Never mind. Let's see. Oh yeah, here another. I think this person got trolled with the original unit of choice. Yeah, I'm really just looking through all my old pictures. I have like screenshots of other people dumb enough to post their hacks, and then I save the screenshot and turn it into Gummy. So I have like random screenshots of that. And yeah, I don't know. I think that's about it already. I've just been kind of rambling on and on and on for a while. Just kind of going down memory lane and talking about my old experiences in the game. It's been cool though to look back, to talk with you guys and hang out with you guys for a little while. I don't do this that often too, so it's kind of a nice little change pace. And I think I'm gonna put this artwork back as my Discord profile. I used to run this one a while ago, back when I was online. Maxwell and Cartes. I thought it was a super awesome picture. It's pretty old though. Quality is not the greatest, but it's a pretty good picture for like avatar pictures and stuff. I used to always run Maxwell as my avatar because she's the original waifu. Like this one was a really cute one. This is from Kimmy. I like this one too. And then there was one more Maxwell one that I had that I really liked that I cannot find. This one, and then there's one more. I know that's not the one I was looking for, but I like this one too. I like this like with Cartes kind of back to back. Where is it? May not be able to find it, but yeah, I used to run a lot of Maxwell pictures for my profile pics online. Yeah, it's not there, but yeah, I still have a lot of the artwork saved. But yeah, I think that's about it. 3 hours, just kind of going down memory lane and stuff, talking with you guys. It's been fun. I will still be around. You guys can find me on Discord. Kino25. The 4 digits is 0025. I won't probably be on as often. Maybe checking like once or twice a day, or checking like only when I'm really at home. But you know, I'll still. What the hell happened here? Good old Gummy. You know, I can't end the stream without some sort of glitch happening. So I'm glad that this happened. We got Blaze over here hiding. That's great. I'm glad that I can end the stream with a fucking glitch. That makes me happy. Anyways, yeah, you guys can find me on Discord still. Maybe Reddit. You can probably message me on Reddit. I might check it daily. Probably won't be posting or anything. Or maybe I'll end up posting like other games and stuff. Hey, what's been? I was actually just wrapping up the stream. It's actually been 3 hours. I didn't even realize it's been that long. And I was just stating how I'm glad that before I end the stream that I have some sort of glitch, because you know this game and glitches, they go hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly. They got Blaze over here hiding on the main menu, which is great. So I'm glad I can end with that. But I'm wrapping up the stream. And I was just mentioning, you can find me on Line and Reddit still, or not Line, Discord and Reddit still, if you ever need to reach me. I'll still be around, just not as often, chiming in. Probably playing other games. I'm gonna probably be steering more towards single player games though, just because, you know, time permits and stuff like that. Which also reminds me, actually, Elder Scrolls 3 is free right now on just for today, and I forgot to go and download that. I'm gonna go and claim my free copy after the stream before it ends. Put that on the side. But yeah, anyways, it's been fun, guys. Glad to hang out with all you guys. I didn't think I was actually gonna have people hanging out with me in the stream too. It's kind of great that you guys all stuck around, listen to an old man that's outdated in this game ramble on and on about his old memories in this game. yeah. Anyways, you guys all take care and have a great night. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Hey, what's been like I said, Reddit. You know, if you want to mess with me or anything, go for it. I'll still be around. I salute your service. Thank you. And thanks, Onion, for sticking around. Um, stream title I had to be. Yeah, I wasn't streaming Fortnite reclips or anything like that today. Maybe later, maybe in the future. You don't have to watch those though. They're usually not that great, just for fun. Yeah, Lena, I've set free. I'm still probably gonna be on in the next day or two to record anything that I might want to record. Like I might just record scrolling through my units slowly, but without audio. You know, just to kind of have that video. Um, yeah, but I've been set free. Oh yeah, and I gotta set my unit leads later, Maxwell and Loesch and stuff. But that's later. You know, playing wise, yeah, no more. But yeah, thanks for hanging around, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate that, Woodsman. I like to think that I'm a big name in the community and have contributed to the improvement of the game with my many suggestions in Nexus, despite Gummy listening to like 2 of them. That's what you guys should keep doing, though. Just keep spamming them with the suggestions to improve the games. Eventually they'll see it and implement it. It just will take them a while. Like they're gonna do. Well, actually, I can't say. I shouldn't say. They're gonna do more things though. I'll say that much. So don't give up hope on them yet. But yeah. Anyways, it's been great, guys. Have a good night. Take care, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.